Hello everyone, Larry Satchwell here in the shop today, but not woodworking. It's raining like cats and dogs outside, and a few days ago my strawberry plants came and I had track practice. I didn't have time to plant them, so I healed them in. And healing in means you just simply dig a trench and cover the roots. So it'll be, if it's going to be a couple of days before you can get to planting your strawberries, that's the best thing to do. Before I plant them though, I want to make sure, because they're going to be in the ground several years, they're June-bearing strawberry, all-star, that the soil's right, because once they're in there, it's really hard to amend the soil. So the first thing I want to do is do a soil test for pH. My wife and I have a strict marriage agreement that she can not be on camera, and I'm colorblind. So I bought this soil test kit at Lowe's, around $11, something like that, and I'm going to use that. So she's labeled these things for me. They come blue, purple, orange, and green. The same day I healed in the strawberries, I took soil samples from several places in that bed. Each one of my garden beds needs to be tested independently. So I've had this laid out here for about 3 days on this newspaper, and it's really dried out well. The directions say to crunch it up really well and try to make a fine powder. I don't have a mortar and pestle, so I'm going to try to use this table leg I made and never used, and kind of use it as a rolling pin and crunch that stuff up good. You need about a teaspoon of soil. And as you can see, I probably have a cup or two here. So here's what I want to do. I want to take out any debris that's not soil. Got the green one here. Take that out. This testing tube has 4 lines on it, and I want to fill this up to the first line. That should do it. Get this out of the way. Now I'm going to take a green capsule, put a little holder, carefully open this capsule up. Well, that was kind of a mess. Let me get a brush. It looks like I have about 1/4 of this powder. Don't turn. So a little paintbrush and a credit card, or actually it's a key to a hotel. I'll try to get a little more in there. I'm sure that won't happen to you. Now I've got water out of the dehumidifier, and the dehumidifier water is distilled, and they give you this little pipette. I'm going to fill this to the top line. Put the cap back on and shake. Now I wait for 1 minute. While I'm waiting for this minute, I'm going to do soil test with all the other ones, but I don't think you need to see that. The other ones you need to let sit for 10 minutes, which would make a very long video. And that's testing the phosphorus, nitrogen, and the potash. And all the soil tests, it doesn't tell you exactly what you need, but this soil test will tell you if it's high, medium, low, or very low, which is, a pretty good indication. Now, the other problem is my wife's down at the barn doing chores, so I've got to run this down there for her to compare because I don't see green and red. I'll be back. Well, I went ahead and ran the other test. I found it a lot easier just to take some scissors and snip off the top of those capsules. Saved a lot of mess. I just got back from the barn. I consulted with my wife off camera, of course, and here are the results. My pH is 6.5, which is okay for strawberries. It's kind of on the high side. I need to make my soil a little more acidic if I can, but I have plenty of nitrogen, and I would expect that with all the manures from the barn I add, but I'm really low on phosphorus and potash. When you look at the garden center for fertilizers, there's 3 numbers. Nitrogen is always the first one, phosphorus is the second, and potash is the third. So I need to find a fertilizer that has a low first number and the second and last number are high. Probably an azalea or rhododendron fertilizer would help raise the acidity, but it's not that bad. I can also add wood ashes from the wood stove to increase the potash, and I can add banana peels to increase the phosphorus. And I eat a banana about every day, so that shouldn't be too hard. This kit has 40 tests in it, which is going to be plenty. Is this the best time of year to test your soil? Probably not, but if you're like me, the best time is when you can get to it. And I just got to it. Kind of like this video. Hopefully I'll be getting those strawberries in the ground soon, and I'll show you how to do that. They're a little bit tricky, but we've got 2 more days of rain, so I'm going to have to wait a while. Thanks for watching.